Hello everyone, my name is Maggie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be listing off 12 resolutions that have nothing to do with dieting, because dieting as a resolution doesn't usually last, doesn't usually work, and then you feel bad about it later. So today we're going to talk about 12 non-diet related resolutions to make you feel good, to make other people feel good, to put all the goodness out into the world. Number one is a reading resolution. Again, set a goal for yourself. You can read 100 books a year, you could read a book a month, you could read a book and then write about it on a blog. Just something that encourages you to read, because I know I don't have a lot of time. I don't make a lot of time to read. I spend a lot of my time watching TV, because then I can multitask at that same time, but reading involves like your whole attention, so I think it's good, especially before bed, so you're not looking at screens before bed. Some kind of reading resolution, and then you also learn things, you learn different perspectives. Like, there's nothing bad about reading, so reading is a great resolution. This resolution is fun for you and for someone else. So essentially for this resolution, you would be writing a letter and sending that to someone else, and this can be weekly, it can be monthly, it can be daily. I mean, it depends on how much you want to spend on stamps, but writing a letter to someone, either saying what you're doing or how much you care about them, or even like a card, sending a card a month, is a great resolution. It'll make someone else's day feel better. You'll feel better for doing it. It's just putting goodness out into the world, and that is like a great resolution for a new year. Number three relates to food a little bit, but not about, you know, watching your intake or anything. It's just try a new recipe however frequently you want to. It can be once a month, once a week. Just adding a new recipe into your repertoire, trying something new, cooking with your partner or your family or your friend. You could have a, one night a month, you could have a recipe night where everyone brings an ingredient and then you make a big dinner. So just, learning new cooking styles, recipes, things like that is a great resolution. Number four is probably one of my favorite resolutions on my list, and it actually was thought up by me, not by anyone else. This resolution would be to first go through your closet and find any clothes that don't fit, or that you don't like, or that you bought, I don't know, for a reason other than you really wanted to wear it, or anything that you haven't worn in like a year, and get rid of it. Donate it to, Goodwill. There are also places that you can donate clothes that will give them away for free to people who don't have clothes or need clothes. I prefer places that will just give the clothes to people who need it, especially for plus size. That's really great, because then you're providing fashionable clothes for plus size people who can't afford them, and that could help a plus size person get a job, or something like that. So I think that's a really great idea. And then in addition to that, or separately than that, if you don't feel like doing that, stop buying clothes that don't fit you or make you uncomfortable. So don't buy clothes that don't feel comfortable in your body. Whether that's shoes, shirts, pants, bras. Like, don't buy a size too small just because it's smaller. Buy the size that fits you and rock that size. Number five is so easy, and yet so many people don't do it. Just wear sunscreen. Wear sunscreen every day on your face. There are lotions that have sunscreen in them. You can just slap some regular old sunscreen on your face. There's sunscreen in foundations and BB creams and face things. Wear sunscreen every day in some kind of form, even if it's cloudy. We'll always wear sunscreen. Not a hard resolution, but a great resolution. Number six can be fun. Number six is to just take a class, or take more than one class. Just take a class. Learn something new. There are classes. If you look into community, there's probably classes everywhere. I know Michael's, the store Michael's, has like classes there that they cost money, but there's like cake decorating classes, craft classes, things like that. There are tons of other classes. You could do like exercise classes. You could take a Zumba class. You could take a Tai Chi class. There's lots of classes, but one class a year, one class a month, one class every 3 months. You can decide, and whatever you can afford, but classes can be really fun and you learn a lot. Number seven, seems obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. Just volunteer. Volunteering can take effort to get signed up to train for the people. Like, it can take effort to do it, but I feel like once you do it, it's worth it. Totally free. You're helping out someone who is in need. There are animal shelters, there are homeless shelters, there are women's shelters, there are there's probably, volunteer opportunities in your community that are specific to, what you like. Lots of opportunities, and you don't even have to interact with people directly. It could just be sorting clothes. It could be sorting food at a food bank. Like, many possibilities, and all it usually takes is like a phone call or a sheet that you sign and put your information in, and then you're like good to go. Number 8 is also pretty easy. You just have to set aside the time, and that is meditating. Meditating, there's so much science behind meditating being really good for you. The problem is it's hard to find the time, it's hard to find the right headspace. It can be challenging, but I think the results are overall positive and you should try it. And there are lots of free websites, there's a free app. I'll link information about all the stuff I'm talking about below. And it's just good for you. It's something good for you that is free, that just takes up 5-10 minutes of your time, and you will see results from it. So meditating, who knew? Number 10 is something I'd like to do, but it's, you know, it's hard when you work and you're tired and it's cold outside. But take more walks. Taking a walk, whether it's 10 minutes or 30 minutes or 5 minutes, is good for you. Getting outside into the air is good for you. It's relaxing. It's a little bit of movement, which is good, but it's also just like taking in your surroundings, being mindful of the sights, the smells, like the feels going on outside. Again, another thing that's good for your whole body is free, takes up, you know, 10 to 30 minutes of your time, and it's just, you know, good for you. But if it's cold, like, make sure you bundle up if it's cold, for sure. If it's really cold outside, take like a 10-minute walk. And even, you know, if you want to walk around the mall, like mall walking's a thing, and that's inside and that's not cold. So just take a walk. Take a walk. Number 11 is something that is really important to me and would be a really great resolution for anyone, and that is body love affirmations. Like, if you have a negative thought in your mind about your body and you have like a positive affirmation that you kind of have lined up to say, if you say that out loud, that negative thought cannot be in your brain. Like, you can only have one thought at a time. Like, only one thing can be true at a time. And if you say it out loud, that pushes that other bad thought out of your head. So having a body love affirmation that at the ready, and maybe saying it like every day. Like, if you just say it out loud, just like, my body is beautiful, eventually you'll start believing it, and that is the magic. That is the magic. So body affirmations are a great resolution. You can share them with your friends. It's just like all good stuff all around. Who is knocking at the window wall? There's no window. If someone's knocking at the window, I am 6 floors up, and that's a problem. My last and 12th New Year's resolution is something that's very hard to do, and something that's very good to do if you need it, and it can vary. I'm just gonna say what it is. Find a therapist, find a doctor. If you are who is hammering on the floor? If you are suffering from, can you stop? If you have been thinking about getting a therapist, if you have a kind of long-running mental illness that you've never addressed, or if you're just kind of in a slump, seeking out a therapist can really help. And it is a daunting task because you have to find therapists in your area, find therapists that are good, find therapists that have open slots in their time, and then like go and see them and see if you like them. It can be a daunting task. This year, I guess, earlier this year, I was having trouble kind of just dealing with my own emotions in regards to my relationships. So I went and found a therapist who was like the most amazing woman. She was younger, she was so nice, she was like LGBT friendly, great. And I went to see her for once a month for, I'd say, about like 6 or 7 months, and we ended our sessions, and I felt great, and it was like really great. And I don't have a mental illness myself, really, but everyone can deal. Why are you knocking? Even if you don't want to go see a therapist, or you don't think you need a therapist, that's okay. Any resolution to go see your your eye doctor, your gynecologist, like something that you've been putting off that's kind of scary, your dentist, freaking hate the dentist, but you have to go. I actually need to do that too. But just, putting the effort towards making those regular appointments to keep your body in check, your body health in check. I know it can be scary, especially if you're a fat person and you're so worried about, doctors commenting on your weight or blaming your problems on your weight. If you have a health problem, go see a doctor. Ask your fat friends about which doctors they like. Go try to find a doctor that's fat friendly. And again, I'll put more links in below to help you with that. But just make your appointment, keep your body as healthy as possible, and your mind. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked this video. I hope you were inspired by any of these resolution ideas. Again, dieting is kind of a boring resolution and usually doesn't work out. So maybe think about doing something else this year, maybe something kind for someone else. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment with your resolution for this year, and I'll see you next week. Bye!